Let's make a strawberry souffle guaranteed to impress that special someone. Or if you're like me and painfully single, the perfect snack to eat alone in the corner. Start by chopping up a bunch of strawberries and placing 2 cups into a food processor. Blend it until a puree forms. You should have 1 cup of liquid and add 1 tablespoon of sugar and a big dash of vanilla. Next, separate 3 eggs, be really careful, and place just the whites into a bowl and whip. Once the mixture starts to get stiff and forms peaks, you're done. Pour in the strawberry mixture and then fold it together. Be super careful not to deflate the eggs. Once it's all combined and is really nice and pink, add it to a bunch of greased ramekins and bake at 350 for about 15 minutes. Oh my, look at those! Serve it with cake or ice cream or something. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and YouTube.
Would you believe me if I told you you can make a bomb pizza crust pizza out of oatmeal, egg whites, and baking powder? Because I'm about to change your life, like change your life. So you will need a blender or a food processor, but you're just gonna add 1 cup of oats, like rolled oats, quick oats, whatever, into a blender. And then either half a cup of egg whites if you're using like a container, or it'd just be like equal to 3 eggs worth of egg whites. And just 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then you can season it with whatever you want, but I do 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, garlic powder, and then just like Italian seasoning. And then once everything's in the blender, literally just blend. And then once it's blended, that's what it'll kind of look like. And then just throw it in your little pan, and I just top it with a little bit more of Italian seasoning. Just throw it in the oven at 400 for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, 7 minutes in the oven, and that's what the crust looks like, and now we're just gonna top it. And then I'm just gonna make a cheese pizza. So I topped it and just throw it back in the oven for like 10 minutes. Would you look at that? Like, seriously, oh my gosh. Like, it's literally amazing. Like, I can't get over it.
In a bowl, combine 3/4 of a bag of tricolored coleslaw, 1/4 of a chopped onion, 2 garlic cloves. Rinse and chop 2 Roma tomatoes, about 1/2 of a bunch of cilantro, and 2 jalapeno peppers. I remove the seeds because my husband doesn't like heat. Once everything is added to the bowl, juice an entire lime over the mixture. Add salt and pepper to taste and mix well. Cover and set in the fridge for a couple of hours. For your tacos, cube 1.5 pounds of pork belly and 2 potatoes, making sure that your potatoes are about half the size of the pork belly. Add your potatoes and pork belly to a non-stick frying pan. Cover and cook, uncovering just to stir. Generously sprinkle with truffle salt. The flavor that the truffle salt adds to this dish is amazing. Add in a teaspoon of minced garlic and a little bit of pepper. Once your potatoes are browned and your pork is cooked, assemble your tacos and top with your pico de gallo.
Pepperoni pizza Hasselback potatoes. Lay down 2 chopsticks or 2 large wooden skewers on a flat surface. Put the potato in between the chopsticks and slice slits into the potato, leaving the bottom connected. Add sliced pepperoni in between each slice. Add some Italian seasoning and bake for 25 minutes. Take the potatoes out and cover each one in some pizza sauce. Add a generous amount of mozzarella cheese on each one of the potatoes. Season each one with some more Italian seasoning and then put in the oven on broil for roughly 2 minutes or until the cheese is golden brown.
Alright, this is hands down the best salmon I've ever had. Cut up your salmon fillet, season with garlic powder, Old Bay seasoning, sea salt, black pepper, and some neutral oil. Rub in the seasoning and place the salmon in a hot pan with the skin side facing down. Once the bottom gets crispy, flip it over and cook for a few more minutes. Remove the salmon from the pan and make your sauce by combining all the ingredients you see on the screen. Cook the sauce on a low and gentle simmer so that you don't burn the sauce. Add the salmon back to the sauce with the skin side facing up. Simmer 1 more minute and it's ready to plate. I served it with some jasmine rice and broccoli. Enjoy!
Tonight, I'm making stuffed portobello mushrooms. Not only are they keto friendly, but they are absolutely delicious. This is all the ingredients you're gonna need. Okay, you're gonna wipe your mushroom and then you're gonna take the stem out and line your baking pan. Take your sausage out of the casing and then you're gonna brown them. Okay, this looks ready now to stuff the mushrooms. This is how you're gonna assemble. You're gonna put the sausage, you're gonna top it with sauce, grated cheese, tons, and mozzarella. Check this out. It's ready to go in the oven for 375 for a half hour. Okay, now the juice that it made on the bottom, you're going to drizzle on top like that. Oh my God.
The creamiest, most delicious rice pudding, anyone? This is my family recipe and I'm excited to share it with you all. In a pot on the stove, boil 2 cups of water and you can rinse 1 cup of rice. I'm using Italian style and add it to your water once the water is boiled. Reduce the heat immediately once your water is boiled to low. Put a lid on it with a little indent and simmer for 15 minutes until your rice is cooked. In a separate pot, add 2 cups of milk of choice plus half a cup of sugar and 1 cinnamon stick. The cinnamon stick is optional and you can add in your cooked rice. And on medium heat, you're going to stir the whole time until your rice pudding has thickened. Stir, stir, stir. You could also use any plant-based milk, you guys, so keep that in mind. Once it's all thick and nice, take it off the heat and add in a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Your rice pudding should look just like this. Transfer it into 4 different bowls and in the fridge it goes. Enjoy this delicious treat.
You guys love when I take chickpeas and turn them into cookies. So today we're going to take chickpeas and make a Pazuki. They're the same as garbanzo beans. Don't even worry about it. Just rinse 1 can and add them to your blender or food processor along with some nut butter, oats, maple syrup, sea salt, vanilla, and baking powder. Bring that into a dough and then add your chocolate chips. Get your pan prepared. I'm using my heart-shaped one today and I just added a little nonstick spray. Then spread out your batter, add some extra chocolate chips, and bake at 350. Then you're ready for ice cream.
What if you could create something so delicious and it was easy to make? Something so fresh and savory you'd have to close your eyes and say, mmm. Then you will love Tuscan Chicken. It calls for breasts, but thighs have more flavor. Butter, garlic, tomatoes, and spinach. Drop in the sun-dried tomatoes, Italian herbs, and a bit of cream. Serve with a bread that gives a hearty crunch. Cheers indeed.
Okay, so if you want an easy recipe to make sliders for your family, you're going to take ground chuck, place them in a little ball, and press the burgers down with a cup like so. Add your seasoning, and we're going to pop it in the oven for 350 degrees. When they come out of the oven, we're going to put ketchup, mustard, cheese, and peppers. So like when they're
I get so bummed when a recipe looks ugly, but it's really so good. So these are cilantro flatbreads. I'm committing to this video. It's a handful of cilantro, 3/4 cup of Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup of any kind of milk, and then you blend that into nice green sludge. And then 2 cups of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then some red pepper flakes, and then you add your sludge and you mix it all together. And then divide that into 6 pieces and roll them out. Griddle in a bit of oil until they're golden brown, and I don't know.
All right, guys, we're gonna make some low-carb keto taquitos. We start with mozzarella cheese. Just put on a baking sheet with parchment paper, and we have 6 slices, and then we're gonna put it in the oven, and then just kind of till they bubble. All right, they're going in the oven at 400 for about 5 minutes or until they. While that's baking, we took 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. We're adding 1/2 cup of shredded Havarti cheese. Then we're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of Rotel. Then we're going to sprinkle a little everything bagel seasoning in there. Then you're just going to stir it all together. All right, guys, they are ready to come out. All right, when they come out, then we're going to flip them over. All right, guys, you take the mixture you made, you put in there, you roll. So just put your mixture there on the outside of each one, and then you just roll them. These are super easy good. Make sure to like, follow us on TikTok and Facebook. Beat the carbs.
So today I'm going to show you guys how to make the fish sticks I wish I would have had growing up. So step 1, you're going to take 26 ounces of fresh salmon. You're going to slice it into strips. Then you're going to add it to the flour, egg wash, then the panko. And you're going to repeat this process for all your strips. And in my flour, I had seasoning in there. So make sure to season your flour accordingly to whatever seasoning you usually use when you season your salmon. Once you have all your strips ready, you're going to add them comfortably to your air fryer. However it can fit in there without them touching. You're going to air fry on 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 9 minutes. Flip after 5 minutes. Repeat this process for all of them. And make sure to drop a question if you have any questions about the recipe. And yeah, that's salmon fish sticks for you. Enjoy.
If you're looking for a healthy breakfast you can make in under 3 minutes, you have to try this. Start with Greek yogurt that's packed with probiotics for gut health, strawberries for antioxidants, vegan banana bread for taste, and chia seeds for fiber.
Let's make an amazing steak sandwich with a roasted garlic sauce. Salt and pepper your steaks generously on both sides. And once you're done with that, go ahead and put some onion discs on the flat cast iron with a tablespoon of butter, honey, and some balsamic vinaigrette on top of there, and let that caramelize. Get the steaks down. That is roasted garlic, Worcestershire sauce, basil, and oregano. That is going to be your steak sauce. Go ahead and stir that, mix it together. Place it in the fridge. Get the steaks down for about a 2.5 minutes. Flip it 2.5 minutes. About a 10-minute total cook because we're cooking on a surface around 450 degrees. Pulling at a 127 internal with a rest. Right there, you're going to slice it up. Sauce the bottom bun. Put those onion discs down. Steak with some provolone shredded cheese, and you are ready to rock. This was an absolutely delicious steak sandwich. I hope you guys enjoy.
Here's how you can make classic French toast. To a bowl, add 2 eggs, brown sugar, and mix. Then add milk, cinnamon, vanilla, and a pinch of salt. Mix it together and then dip in your favorite bread. You want to coat the bread without making it too soggy. Fry your French toast in butter on both sides until they're brown and crispy, and then you're ready to serve with maple syrup and fresh fruit.
So this is my version of a tuna melt. We're taking fresh albacore tuna, putting in high quality extra virgin olive oil, poaching it with some garlic, black peppercorns, a little bit of thyme, celery, onions, herbs, pickle, preserved lemon, taking some Kewpie Japanese mayonnaise, folding it in. You have all these amazing things, but you don't just put it on a common piece of bread. You need something that is as great as the amazing products you've invested your time and energy procuring and creating. Grating some nice Gruyere cheese on it, putting it on top of the plancha. It's moist, it's cheesy, it's crunchy, bringing the common tuna fish sandwich to the next level. You take the best ingredients, you need the right bread, and people appreciate the art of the sandwich.
Hands down, this is my family's favorite dip. We make this every time there's a party, Super Bowl, NCAA championship. So last night we made it. Now right off the bat, do not use Italian sausage. My store was out of regular Jimmy Dean mild sausage. I did a dumb thing and bought Italian, not good. Let your sausage cook. If you want this little mix and chop, there's a link in my bio under Pampered Chef. It is amazing. So after your sausage is cooked, add a block of cream cheese, let it melt down. Add your entire can of Rotel. We just do mild. Go ahead and be spicy if you want. Grab yourself a chip after it's simmered, maybe 10 minutes. It's so fast, so easy, so delicious. Join the Battis family in loving this dip. You won't be sorry.